Hello, all. It's Barb here. I won't go into all my credentials, but I will with one. It's the certified member and co-chair of a joint health and safety committee. This topic has been exploding all over right now, the right to refuse work. I was going to make this video just for my coworkers and union members, but then I've been hearing from people who are not coworkers and who are not in unions asking the same questions. When I'm wearing this hat, this is my Bible, the Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulations. Yes, it's 4 years old, but it still applies. Again, fact check me, feel free, but I am reading from this. So, Section 43, Part 5, right to refuse or to stop work where health or safety is in danger. A work stoppage is different. I will not be discussing that here. Refusal to work. A worker may refuse to work or do particular work where he or she has reason to believe that, and I will make it simple for you, the physical condition of a building or a part of a building or equipment or a device that you are about to use is in a state where it may harm you or someone else, where workplace harassment may harm you, or where any of that happens to be in contravention of the Act or its regulations, and the contravention may harm you or someone else, then you can refuse. Now, this is under normal circumstances, and as with anything, there are exceptions. Subsection 1, application. This section does not apply to a worker described in subsection 2. Subsection 2 includes police services, firefighters, correctional facilities, and healthcare facilities such as hospitals and long-term care. Now, I work in home care, and the difference between us and everyone else listed there is they have been deemed essential services. Yes, our fellow workers in long-term care are deemed essential, and we are not, even though we do the same work as they do, but we have more challenges because we're on our own in the field. We do not have a nurse we can pass things off to. We have to deal with things ourselves. We've been fighting for that designation, but it's an ongoing fight. Having said that, we have just been deemed an essential service, but it only applies to this situation. Once it's over, it's back to the same old, same old. So from what I'm understanding from here, it looks like that this may not apply to us too. Now, that doesn't mean you can't refuse work. When you have any line of work, there are things that come with the job. What comes with our job is I can go into a place not knowing what I'm walking in on sometimes. There may be communicable diseases, but I have personal protective equipment or PPE to protect me. If I'm going in and someone tells me, yeah, they have a cold, I can't refuse to go in. I can just put a mask on and goggles and go in. This disease is just another disease. We have the personal protective equipment. Yeah, there are shortages, but we are still good with our supply, even though it's being rationed. I can't refuse that, but anything outside of that, I can refuse. For example, if I run out of PPE or the company runs out of PPE, I'm not protected at all, so I can refuse. If I'm going to go to a house and part of it's caved in or the roof is missing, I can refuse to go in because that's a hazard. Some things can still be refused, some things cannot. It's very fuzzy right now, but it is evolving. And the last thing I'm going to get to, I'm just checking my time, I'm trying to keep it short. Subsection 4, report of refusal to work, because people are asking me, who do I talk to about this? It states in here, upon refusing to work or do particular work, the worker shall promptly report the circumstances of the refusal to the worker's employer or supervisor, who shall forthwith investigate, etc., etc., etc. You must report to your employer. Remember, I made a previous video, report to your employer. Don't go anywhere else. Don't go over their head. Follow the chain of command. If you do not get satisfaction from your employer, go to your union. If you do not have a union, go to the Ministry of Labor. If the union does not satisfy you, then you go to the Ministry of Labor. You must follow the chain of command. And if you don't have a joint health and safety committee, you may want to consider getting one. That is what this says right now. It's fuzzy, but it's evolving. If in doubt, go to your employer first, and then go from there. And there's a lot of new resources that are coming out to deal with this sort of thing. Yes, you may have the right to refuse, but in some cases it may not apply. And in some cases it will. You just have to report it to your employer, and then an investigation will be done, and then it'll go from there. Anyway, thanks everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe, know your rights, educate yourself, because knowledge is power. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side.